What's going on, Monster Hunter boys and girls? I'm back with another build video. In this video, we're highlighting the Lord's Fury Resuscitate skill. You can get this skill as an armor set bonus using the 3 Alpha or Beta Apex monsters. Now, I used 2 Uvduna and 1 Jin. Now, with the 2 Uvduna, you also get the Protective Veil skill, which gives you defense buff whenever you're wearing a mantle. So I used that one for that specifically. If you chose 2 new Udra, you get resentment. If you choose 2 Radar, you get the latent power buff. And if you choose two Jin, you get divine resistance. So Uvduna's protective veil is better for this build because it's also a little weak to the elements. So having that extra defense buff makes up for that. So in my previous build, I used Gormagala to trigger Lord's Fury. Now, Resuscitate is a skill that increases your attack whenever you're inflicted with ailments, right? So now that the Misasune armor received that buff in the recent patch update, I can use its 2 pieces to trigger Bubbly Dance. Now, whenever Bubbly Dance is active, I get the plus 10 attack from Resuscitate until the Bubbly Dance goes away. Now, whenever the Bubbly Dance or any other element goes away, I also have some Coalescence in this build to help with my weapons, which are Paralysis and Blast. So whenever Coalescence triggers, it gives me a buff to those 2 elements rather than the Burst, which only increases like the elemental elements like water, fire, thunder, so on. So uh, let's get into the rest of the build, right? So I'm using the Insect Glaive, I'm using the Charge Blade, right? A few pieces of the Misasune armor came with burst, so I have a full level burst that I just put into the build as well. So we have attack boost. We have attack boost level 5, so that's plus 9 attack, plus 4%. Then we also have the plus 10 we get from Resuscitate. I have an airborne attack boost, 10% for jumping attack. So whenever I'm aerial vaulting or I'm doing my rising spiral slash, I get that attack boost. I added evade extender level 3. I have adrenaline rush. So whenever I do a perfect evade or like a near evade or whatever, I get plus 15. Now the adrenaline rush lasts for a pretty long time too. So this build has a lot of raw attack. I was trying to make it have more than 300. So with this build, I was able to get that. You can get 300 or better plus raw attack with this build. So what else do I have? Peak performance came with one of my armor pieces. So, you know, that's just a plus 3 passive whenever my health is full, more or less. And I have counter strike level 1. So whenever I get knocked back, that's another plus 10. And then I also have, what else boosts my attack? Adrenaline rush. I already told y'all that. So yeah, that's that, man. I went. The jewel slots are pretty good with this armor that I'm using. So I went Uvduna helm, chin, chest, Uvduna arms. I went the waist and legs of Misasune. Misasune's waist is really good too. It has a level 3, a level 2, and a level 1. And then the legs have a level 3, which is good. So all in all, I have 5 slots to where I can, you know, play with. You could either go full burst, you could go full weakness exploit, you can go full agitator, you could go full latent power. Like you have really good options since there are 3 level 5 jewels, depending on however you want to play. I went with burst over agitator just for the continuousness of it. I don't like that agitator only gives me that plus 20 whenever the monster is enraged. Like I want the damage whenever I'm getting it. So yeah, that's why I went with this build. Now I'm gonna just take y'all to the training room to show y'all that it gets above 300 and how to trigger trigger the build and, you know, just show you how it works. It's a pretty cool build. I wouldn't say it's meta or anything. It's just a fun build to play off the Resuscitate skill. Uh, it's viable though. I done beat plenty monsters with it. I'm gonna go hunt some level 9s and see how it go. Aside from the element being a little squishy, it should be pretty good. So here we go. All right. So resting, we're at 228. 228, 20% affinity, and 254 element. Now this build, I went way more attack heavy. I didn't really do anything to buff the affinity at all. So my affinity is my affinity. But the raw attack gets really impressive. And the paralysis trigger is pretty good with the coalescence, even though it's not at 300. So, 228, all right. If I put on my mantle, the protective veil triggers. Now I'm at 426 defense. So I got an extra 25 defense from that, from 401 to 426. Now, what can I go trigger? I need my bugs. Get my bugs. Give me a second. They give me an attack boost as well. So from 228 to 256 with full bugs, and my defense is on 464 now. It's crazy. I don't know why. Yeah. Everything buff when you get the bugs. So now we can go into some bursts. Right? We get the burst to trigger. We get the burst to trigger. Let's see where we got. 277. 277 with the burst. Now I can activate the Resuscitate and Bubbly Dance. Now activate the burst. See what we get. You can see the uptime on Bubbly Dance is really good too. Like it lasts for a long time, but if you get hit, you have to trigger it again. So that gets us up to 287. Now, if I do all of this and add I gotta add the adrenaline rush to this. All right, now adrenaline rush activated with the full insect and burst. I should be at 300. Something's missing. My Resuscitate is missing. Hold on. All right, now I should be at 300. Yep, 302. So I can get 302 just off of that, right? That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Then if I get hit and coalescence activate, my paralysis goes up to 264. It was already at 264. Yeah, it was already on. So my coalescence lasts 264. That gave me a buff in paralysis. That's pretty good. So yeah, man, plus 300. You can get plus 300 raw attack. And that's without like extra buffs. That's without food. That's without demon drugs and all that. That's just built in. Just built in, you can get that going. Yeah, man, let me know what y'all think about the build. Y'all can try it out, man. Y'all can swap out the weapons that y'all use as well. You don't have to use an insect blade or charge blade. It wasn't specific to the build. All you need is the armor sets to get the armor bonuses. So you can get a protective veil, 2 pieces of Ufduma. You can get the Bubbly Dance with 2 pieces of Mrs. Sune. And you get the Lord's Fury with 3 pieces of the Apex. So that's what you want to focus on. However else you fill these slots is up to you and how you like to play. This is the way I did it. And man, if you like the build, man, leave a comment and sub to the Jet Setters Gaming channel for more content. Yes, sir.